All right, this one's gonna be a weird one. Don't judge me, okay? So this is Gumball mixed with his family. Super weird idea, I know, but watch. I'm just putting the aluminum foil on here. Now I'm adding the clay on, trying to get it wrapped around perfectly. Now I'm just blocking in the leg here. And this little guy right here reminds me of the clicker from the Rat King. I was very inspired by that. So if y'all don't know what that is, I'm gonna put an image right here. But anyways, this is our Chad Richard right here. I'm gonna draw his face on. It's gonna be very crude, very stupid looking. Don't judge me. But yeah, here's Gumball's head. I'm trying to block out the form of this monstrosity. So this is Richard's lip right here. Now this is his bicep. I wanted to make him really big and strong because if you didn't notice, he makes up the entire mass of the sculpture, and that was on purpose. So anyways, this is Gumball, adding on his cat ears and scooping out his mouth because it needs to be nice and hollow, blending it, and then of course taking off this little part. And this is obviously inspired by The Thing. Yep, I love The Thing. And then also the dog legs, kind of took that from The Thing as well. I love The Thing. I think it's just a really creepy idea to add dog legs where they don't belong, because you don't really think of these characters having dog legs. But anyways, here's just finishing up Gumball's face, and here's Richard's arm. Once again, I'm trying to give him a sleeve. I'm just gonna blend it right here really quick, and then that's Gumball's cheek. And now I'm just putting these little wires here to look like whiskers. And then here's Gumball's eyes, of course, very big, very goofy. He kind of looks like a fly. And then I have to scoop out his cheek again because I redid his face. So yeah, just now I'm blending it, trying to really go for that The Thing look, trying to really emphasize that these characters are blended together. They are merging. Do you think that they have multiple brains, or do you think it's one brain? Anyways, now I'm giving him his eyelids, and then here's Richard's hand on the back, if you can even call it a hand, and I'm gluing it onto the back. And then here's Gumball's arm. There's the end of the sleeve. I'm adding the details, and now it's time for paint. Very tedious, but I made sure to get a very even coat. And then here's Richard's hand. Trying to get that all painted up. And then here's his other hand. I kind of thought it would be cool to go for a tentacle vibe because I'm kind of sticking with that The Thing vibe. And then here's Gumball, painting him this electric blue, trying to be accurate to the colors of the show. And it's always really hard not to get the paint on the eyeballs, but I did spill it a little bit. But now I'm trying to blend the paint between the pink and the blue, trying to make them merge a little bit. And here's Nicole, trying to get her all fixed up too. Super fucking tedious. And here I'm trying to do some blending. And then here's the back leg. It's just kind of a goofy tentacle. It's supposed to be part of Gumball, of course, because it's blue.
Man, this shit's taking forever. Can we talk about something else?
This is a sculpting channel. This is kind of what I do, but I mean, I guess here's a sketch that I did. Here's the sketch. What do y'all think about this?
Yeah, see, a little bit of variation's good.
All right, I'm muting your mic. Okay, so now just adding on the little brown part here for his sleeve. I have to add some finishing touches here. Trying not to get it on the blue. Trying really hard not to get it on the blue. And then here's some tan. That's the color of his shirt. And it also blends to Richard's arm on the back, as you can see. So now here's Nicole's dress. Got to paint that on really quick. Get a nice even coat there. And then here's her pin. I don't know what this represents, but anyways. Trying really hard not to overlap it. And there we go. Perfect. And then here's Richard's mouth, and it actually does tie into Darwin's leg. I thought that was a really cool transition. Just trying to think outside the box here. And then here's Gumball's mouth, trying to blend it a little bit here. Trying to get it in here. Trying really hard not to get it on that tooth there. And there's the tongue, trying not to get it on the red. And then here's Darwin's leg. It's orange, and that's the part that merges with Richard's mouth, obviously. And then here's the tentacle arm on the back, painting that orange as well, making sure to get nice even coats.
Okay, so how does one even come up with such a weird idea? I mean, were you just laying in your room and you just thought of this idea? Like, that's not normal.
Okay, first of all, I was getting a haircut and my cosmetologist came up with it. And second of all, shut the fuck up. And third of all, I thought it would be cool to combine them all together because it would be like a really cool metaphor for feeling like the pressure of the people around you. Like they're trying to make you act a certain way. They're trying to make you be a certain way. So in a way, Gumball is being overtaken by his family here. He's merging with them. He's taking on their beliefs. I don't know. I'm just making a sculpture. I thought it would be a cool idea. And I really like the aesthetic of it. And I love body horror. So yeah, there's your answer.
Huh, it's actually kind of valid. Kind of makes sense.
See, you can be nice. Well, anyways, I'm painting the pupils right now, and they look like Rick and Morty pupils. I know they look terrible, but I fixed them up a little bit there. And then here's the eyebrows. And the reason that I did huge pupils is because it's very similar to Poppy Playtime, and I took inspiration from that. I think Poppy Playtime does a good job at making the characters look creepy. And then also Richard has very skinny pupils because that's kind of like, he looks insane. Like he looks like he's going to eat you or something. And then here's Darwin's shoes. Super tedious to not get it onto the purple. And by the way, the reason I chose purple is because Gumball is blue and Richard is pink. So I thought it would be a nice combination. But anyways, there's our monstrosity. It's done. What do y'all think?